Look, it's 23rd MAB and we on, man. Let's cook. Hey, man, look, so today we got us, Impressive, my baby. Impressive, how you doing? You know, I love Impressive. Go in the comments and tell her how much I love me some Impressive, man, her fine ass. Look, she just dropped a video explaining this whole Kendrick exposes Drake for paying off victim. Drake wants to be like Sexy Red. She breaking this whole Kendrick versus Drake situation down. We're going to go ahead and react to it. Like button, sub button. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Kendrick Lamar finally responded to Drake's diss records, and I was thoroughly entertained. Now, there was some alleged tea that Kendrick was supposed to be a part of First Person Shooter with Drake and J. Cole, but he turned it down for whatever reason.
Let's address the rumor. Drake and Cole wanted Kendrick on First Person Shooter is the rumor.
Yeah.
Listen to First Person Shooter.
That makes sense.
Without Kendrick, and them keep mentioning Kendrick, it sounds like he should have been there. I don't have any factual knowledge of this, but I'm just going off the rumor.
That makes sense.
I can't confirm whether this is true or not, but Joe Budden put the rumor out there, and Joe Budden seems to be spot on about a lot of things, because Kendrick did confirm that Drake reached out to him to do some song. I don't know if it was First Person Shooter exactly, but he did reach out to him, but Kendrick turned him down and Drake felt a way about it.
That makes a lot of sense. If you look at J. Cole, I was wondering why he was like, just, it's me, Drake, and Kendrick, big three. Like, it does seem like Kendrick should have been on the song. And I actually said it in the reaction, like, I wish they would have had Kendrick on here, because that would have been groundbreaking. Like, the top three artists being on one song, rapping, going crazy. It would have been a fire song, because Kendrick would have came with his shit. It would have been fire, because that was a dope song. And they could have all just went crazy. And it makes sense to have them. And so, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see that being true.
So Drake was like, forget K-Dot. It's just between me and Cole. We made it to the Super Bowl. And Kendrick felt a way about it because they were kind of playing in his face a little bit, trying to make him seem like he was in third place. And he's like, listen, ain't no big three. It's just Big Me. And he made that very clear in his Like That verse. And he took direct shots at Drake. And Drake responded with his songs, Push-Ups, Drop and Give Me 50, and Tailor Made. I thought both of Drake's responses were great.
I liked them too.
Push-Ups. And I thought Tailor Made was clever and hilarious, but at the same time, I wasn't really here for him using AI. I felt like he was endorsing AI with the songs, and he was using Tupac and Snoop Dogg's voice to do it. So I was a little turned off by that. However, I thought the song and the angle was clever.
Yeah,
now, Kendrick broke the internet when he dropped his diss song, Euphoria.
Woo!
And it's interesting because Drake is the executive producer of the show Euphoria. But he responded, and I will say this diss track did not disappoint at all. The only critique I would probably bring up are the recycled disses. Some of the shots that he took at Drake were similar to what Rick Ross, Megan Thee Stallion, and Pusha T said about Drake. So it was a bit redundant. However, the way Kendrick articulated it was really immaculate. I mean, the wordplay, the double entendre.
Yeah, it looks. First off, it's not. It wasn't that many reused angles. I mean, you want him to dig up deeper dirt, talk about his mom and shit? Like, look, the way that he did his, like, you could say something that's obvious. You could say that I'm dark as shit. It's obvious. I am dark, right? You could say that he's half white. It's obvious. He is. But it's the way that you put things, right? It's all about delivery. It's all about the angle and how it's delivered. The way that he delivered that shit was God tier, masterful chef kiss. It was tactical as fuck. And I was right here like, woo, I heard it before, but Rick Ross was just like laughing, like, you got a big nose, BBL. Like, just talk surface level shit. No. When a nigga is like really diving deep in there, like, pause. We're really going in there, like, and chopping you down with it, ridiculous, my nigga. Ridiculous. He did Drake so dirty with Euphoria. It was wild. It was clearly Kendrick is in the league right now. It's actually kind of crazy.
I mean, there was just so much to digest and dissect.
Woo.
It was just a great listening experience because he wasn't just throwing jabs at Drake. He was painting the picture of who Drake is.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
he did it
saying.
so artistically. Like, I love how he started slow and completely changed up the beat and the vibe, and his delivery and flow was insane. I was highly entertained by his animated voices, especially when he was mocking Drake's Toronto accent towards the end of the song. I thought this was a great response. Now, do I think he completely destroyed Drake?
Yes.
Not necessarily,
Yes.
because Kendrick didn't really go as far as he could have gone, but he definitely got a one-up on Drake for sure.
Easy.
And there was a lot that was said. I first want to get into what Kendrick said about J. Cole and Drake linking up. He said, "I hurt your feelings. You don't want to work with me no more? Okay. There's 3 goats left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death. And in 8 bars, I'll explain that phrase, huh? It's nothing nobody can tell me, huh? I don't want to talk on no silly, huh? You know I got language barriers, huh?
Uh-huh.
There's no accent you
can
can tell
tell me,
me,
huh?
huh?" So he's throwing shade at Drake's different accents.
He got a million
also
accents.
said, "Yeah, Cole and Aubrey know I'm a selfish igga. The crown is heavy, huh? I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW
Melly,
Melly."
nigga.
So basically,
Oh.
he's saying, if y'all gonna be acting fake with me, I'm gonna take y'all both out, and it will be a double homicide.
Yeah.
And that's the same crime that YNW Melly was accused of. So that's what he means when he said
Fire.
he loves them to death. He also said, "I don't like you popping ish at Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef." So Kendrick felt a way that Drake took a shot at the producer Pharrell in song Meltdown, which is the song he did with Travis Scott. In the song, Drake took a jab at Pharrell after he was made creative director for Louis Vuitton Men's. And Kendrick wasn't here for that. He said, "Yeah, F all that pushing P.
Let me see you push a T."
So he was
Fire.
referencing Gunna's song,
Yeah,
Pushin'
Pusha P.
But he's also like, "You're not really keeping it player if you coming for somebody like Pharrell.
Yeah.
So stop pushing P, aka Pharrell, around, and try going up against somebody who could actually give you a challenge like Pusha T."
Yeah, he just completely dodged Pusha P. Like Pusha T. Pusha T is the one he should be mad at the most. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the one he should be going after, bruh. And I get it, Kendrick be throwing shots here and there, but I'm surprised he's not going at Pusha at all times. I'll keep it in the bean. Because what he did to you was downright disrespectful. And it was crazy. He forced you to talk about your son that you was hiding. Even though you say you wasn't hiding or whatever the case may be, you know, you probably didn't know. Whatever. You had a son. And he was the first one to expose it. To me, that's a different level of beef. Like, that's a different level of beef. It seems like you put more energy towards Kendrick, but your energy should be right there to this nigga right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like, yeah, your energy is misguided. Pusha should still be your number 1 target, not Kendrick. That's what's weird to me. And then, like, the song where you were talking about Metro, Future, and everybody, Pusha should always get shots. He should be getting shot at all times if I'm Drake. I don't give a fuck. Nigga. It could be a love song. I'm shooting at this nigga regardless. You know what I'm saying? It could be an R&B fiesta in that bitch. I'm going to shoot at Pusha for the rest of his life. That's just me. I'm petty though.
But see, when Pusha T dissed Drake in Story of Adidon,
Woo.
Drake ran from the smoke.
He did.
So if Drake couldn't
Ran.
push around Pusha T, Kendrick is saying that he definitely can't push him around.
Not happening.
He said, "You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton. I'm Terrence Crawford.
Well,
yeah, I'm
I'm
whooping
whooping
feet."
feet.
So he mentioned Pusha T's government name, Terrence Thornton, but he said he's like the boxer Terrence Crawford. He's going to be beating Drake up. He also said, "We ain't got to get personal. This is a friendly fade." Kendrick gets me because how do you say this is a friendly fade while threatening to beat him up? And then he went on to say,
See, this is LA though. I'm sorry. I know I keep stopping, but this is LA. In LA, we catch fades. Like, that's what we do. I'm caught in fades with plenty of my niggas, and we still friends to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna catch a fade. It is what it is. Like, we men. We get mad at each other. We might throw hands. We can talk it out, fight it out, whatever. But we're gonna be cool after, and we cool. That is what it is. Like, we grown men in LA. We catch fades. Like, and it's just normal though. It might be weird to somebody who does not live in LA, but we catch friendly fades all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, I've been in so many fights, and I'm not even a thug. I'm not a game banger or nothing. It's just normal shit. Like, nigga, you wanna catch a fade? Like, you seem like you kind of mad. Like, we can catch a fade real quick. Let me get 30 seconds real quick. 30-second fade. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. No face, all chest. We good. That's where he coming from. That's the LA mindset though. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, what did he mean friendly fade? I'm like, nigga, it's just how we roll in LA. It's normal.
It's always been about love and hate. Now, let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk.
Yep.
I hate the way you dress. I hate the way you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's going to be direct. We hate the B's you F because they confuse themselves with real women.
Woo!
Now, I don't know what Kendrick was trying to imply here, but they said it was a shot at Drake's baby mama, Sophie, who used to be an ex-porn star. But he also might be implying that Drake was messing around with transgender women. But that would be politically incorrect for him to say. So I don't know. He also went on to say this. How many more fairy tales about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel you're black enough?
Woo.
Whew. He's not even just talking about black features as in his facial features, but even him collaborating with other black artists to gain some type of respect in the black hip hop
double entendre.
So child, once again, they're coming for Drake's blackness. I mean, Drake is biracial, but he has a black father. So I don't see why it's an issue that he wants to connect with his black side. And I do think it's odd that Kendrick is taking shots at Drake for being biracial, but isn't his wife mixed? I don't know. I think that's a little odd to be taking shots at a mixed person when you're married to a mixed person. If a person is mixed with black, there's nothing wrong with them embracing it. And I don't see anything wrong with Drake embracing his black side. But I do also understand that Drake likes to cosplay like somebody he's not. And people can really see past his facade. So,
yeah, it's not the fact that he wants to embrace his black side. It's the fact that he's extra with it. Like, he wants to be seen as like this mafia boss, thug nigga. Like, he'll get you smacked up. Like, but we know that's not you. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, we know you not that nigga. It's just now you have money and now you have thugs around you to make you feel like you can get anybody touched. And which is probably the case because these niggas will crash out for $1,000. A lot of the niggas out here who are broke and have no morals, no characters, no value, and you give them niggas enough money, they will do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? If I guarantee you, if Drake come to the average person who works at Walmart and say, "Look, I'll give you $50,000 to go over there and smack the shit out that nigga," you think he not gonna do it? He's going to do it for $50,000. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, hey, well, you know, damn, I don't know that person. That person might have a family. I might smack him so hard he might kill himself. Like, you're not thinking it through. You're just seeing green. You're seeing dollar signs. And so that's Drake. But Drake is so weird. It comes off fake because we know him from like Degrassi, and he's just a light-skinned nigga, and then he sings, then he raps. Like, it's kind of weird. It's like he still doesn't really know who he is, right? Then the whole accent thing, Toronto accent, then Jamaican accent, then nigga Detroit, then Atlanta. It's like, who are you as a person? Do you know yourself? And that's why this was so tactical, because he was like, I know you call yourself the boy, but who are you as a man? That right there hit a nerve. I don't care what you say. Who are you as a man? You call yourself the boy, but nigga, you're not taking care of your son. You're not a man. Like, what are you doing as a man? And that's why that diss was hard. Ooh.
A lot of times people call him out on it. He also said, Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a F about who you hang with. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk, hate the way you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some ish to address. I even hate when you say the word igga, but that's me, I guess. So he did confirm that Drake tried to reach out to him for a collaboration, but he was like, no, we're not even cool like that. You're not going to use me in that way, especially after all of the subs you've thrown at me. He also said this, I'm knowing they calling you the boy, but where's the man?
Right there.
I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet.
Can I bleed him bad?
When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. I thought this was funny because there is this idea that Drake wants to be a bad bee like the women, but at the same time, he will be dissing women like Megan Thee Stallion and Rihanna. And Kendrick was like, you don't even like women like that. Now, this was some tea I didn't know. Kendrick said, try cease and desist on Like That record. Oh, you don't like that record? Back to back, I like that record. I'ma get back to that for that record. Why would you call around to get dirt on niggas? Y'all think All My Life is rap? So he pretty much called out Drake's moves behind the scenes. I didn't know that Drake sent a cease and desist to get the Like That record removed. So that kind of shows you how pressed Drake was. Also, Drake has been scouring the internet and sniffing around the industry to find dirt on Kendrick. But it seems like he wasn't able to find anything too significant. However, Kendrick was able to pull up something about Drake.
Woo.
Did y'all know that there was a story that Drake paid $530,000 to one of his accusers? This was actually reported by the Daily Mail, but it seemed like the story was wiped away. However, the New Zealand Herald actually reposted it. And it said back in 2017, he allegedly SA'd a stripper. He forced her to do oral on him, and he ended up quietly settling this lawsuit. And Kendrick slyly brought this up. He said, have you ever paid $500,000 to like an open case?
Ooh.
Now, when you listen to the song, you would think he was talking about his own legal fees.
I thought
but
so
he was
too. I didn't know
actually
this.
Also referencing Drake's case as well.
I didn't know that.
He also took a subtle dig at Drake's association with minors. He said, I make music that electrify them. You make music that pacify them. I could double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. So he's talking literally, but also when he brought up the fact that Drake makes music to pacify
kids.
Well, what do babies like? They like pacifiers. And Drake has been accused of having odd interactions with babies in the industry, essentially.
It's weird.
Like Millie Bobby Brown. People had an issue with the fact that Drake, who was in his 30s, was texting Millie when she was 14 or 15
Yeah, that's
years
weird.
old.
I saw, yeah.
So Kendrick is like, listen, I could double down on this, but I'm going to spare you.
What about your
Yeah, that's, hold on.
relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
So Kendrick was very...
Yeah, see, that's weird. I'm not texting. That's just strange to me. I've always thought that was weird. Yeah, like texting young girls and all that shit. When the text, why are you texting like these young ass kids? I met you and kids, like texting underage kids in general that you're not related to is outrageously weird to me. Let me know what y'all think. Is that weird? To me, it's weird. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's a little R. Kelly-ish. Salute to R. Kelly. I know how much y'all love him, but R. Kelly's weird as fuck too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's strange, bro. I don't care.
Sly and strategic with how he slid some of that in. And I think this should be a warning to Drake, because Drake might feel like he's invincible and he might feel like he could out-rap Kendrick and win this battle. But Kendrick hasn't even scratched the surface of what he could bring up against Drake. So Drake might want to really move with caution.
Ooh.
I know he's trying to dig up information on Kendrick, but he can't find it. Kendrick said he's too busy being a real father to his son,
Jesus.
unlike Drake. He also said, ain't 20 verse 1, it's 1 verse 20. If I gotta smack ends that right with you. That line was hard.
That line was hard.
Now, Drake has been going up against a lot of different guys in the industry right now, so he feels like it's 20 versus 1, but Kendrick is like, nah, it's me versus all your ghostwriters. But overall, I thought this diss track was solid. I think Kendrick definitely has a one-up on Drake this time around. And Drake tried to mock Kendrick when Kendrick was like, I hate the way you talk, hate the way you dress. Drake posted this clip from the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. And in this scene, Kat was listing all the things she hated about Patrick. She hated him, but she liked him. So I thought this meme was funny, even though most hip hop listeners wouldn't resonate with this. But I thought it was funny. But I will say this. I think Drake might want to tread carefully because he does have some skeleton in his closet. And Kendrick will shake those bones out. So
Ooh.
If Drake does respond, he has to be prepared for what Kendrick comes back at him with. Because I feel like Kendrick might say something that could be career damaging. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this
Yeah,
video.
I really think, like, I want Drake to respond, but I don't want them to get too personal, because I feel like Since Drake is more in the spotlight and Kendrick is behind the scenes, you can't really get too much information on somebody who just lives his life the way that he does. He lives his life behind the scenes, low key, and he's just with his family all day, and that's it. You out there traveling, partying, different women. You all over the place with it. So with so much information that you can get from people, it's not even funny. You know, people out there who actually can't stand Drake. So there's girls out there all over the world probably force feeding them information. It's so many different sources. When you low key like Kendrick, you're not around a lot of people, then you're not going to get that much information from somebody. You know what I'm saying? And nobody from his camp and his people is not going to portray you. They're not going to portray Kendrick. Not nobody from LA. Like nobody from LA for the, you know what I mean? So, and the thing is, LA is where it's at. Like you need to come to LA in order to be successful when it comes to like traveling, tour dates, California in general. Like you're going to hit California. We're one of the biggest. We're the biggest, nigga. So when you come out here, the Bay Area, all the way down to LA, all the way to San Diego, it doesn't matter. We all got Kendrick back. And so you're not going to get no bad information from us. We was born and raised. So it's tough, man. I can't wait to see what Drake's going to do. Like button, sub button. I'm going to see you boys soon. Kingston, Majesty.